Imagine this for a moment. Nothing dramatic has happened yet. No raised voices, no visible conflict. Just a quiet room, a shared workspace, and a feeling that something is slightly out of balance. That is where this story begins. The film follows Yuta, a young professional who appears, on the surface, to have everything under control. He is reliable, thoughtful, and well-liked at work. His days move along in a steady rhythm. He works closely with two colleagues, Kana and Miho, both competent, dedicated, and respected in their own ways. There is no obvious conflict, no clear problem to solve. And yet, beneath this calm routine, something unspoken is slowly taking shape. What makes the situation compelling is not what anyone says, but what they do not say. Small pauses linger a little longer than usual. Eye contact is avoided at unexpected moments. Conversations feel slightly unfinished. These are subtle details, but the film treats them with care, allowing the audience to recognize how easily misunderstandings can grow in silence. Kana and Miho are not rivals by choice. They are simply two people navigating their own emotions while trying to remain professional and respectful. Yuta, meanwhile, begins to sense the shift before he fully understands it. At first, he dismisses it as stress or overthinking. After all, work can be demanding, and everyone has off days. But as time passes, it becomes harder to ignore the tension that quietly follows him from one interaction to the next. He realizes that his presence, however unintentional, has become part of the dynamic. This realization is uncomfortable, not because he has done something wrong, but because it requires honesty with himself. The film does not rush this moment of awareness. Instead, it allows Yuta to sit with it. This introspection is where the story finds much of its emotional depth. Rather than presenting a clear villain or victim, the narrative acknowledges a more realistic truth. Sometimes, people care deeply without knowing how to express it, and that silence can create confusion for everyone involved. Kana's character embodies restraint and composure. She values professionalism and believes that maintaining distance is a form of respect. Miho, on the other hand, carries her emotions with quiet sincerity, hoping that understanding will emerge naturally over time. Neither approach is portrayed as right or wrong. Instead, the film invites viewers to see how different emotional languages can exist side by side, each valid, yet easily misinterpreted.
実は最近ゆうたくんと仲良くしてるの。ゆうたくん可愛らしいけど意外と男らしい部分もあって、みほは俺だけのだよとか、すごいそういうこといっぱい言ってくれて恥ずかしい。あれ？
ねえ、その話もうちょっと聞かせてもらってもいい？
ゆうたくんは私の方が好きなの。
絶対に私だって。
勝手なこと言わないで。
みほさん、勝手なこと言わないで。
かなさん嘘ついてんじゃないの？
みほさんこそ。
ちょっと、二人ともどうしたんですか？
ゆうたくん。ねえ、一体どういうことなの？
私たちに二股かけてたの？
As the tension becomes more apparent, Yuta faces a choice, not a dramatic ultimatum, but a personal responsibility. He can continue as before, hoping the situation resolves itself, or he can acknowledge the reality of what is happening and address it with care. This is the heart of the story. The challenge is not about choosing one person over another. It is about choosing integrity over avoidance, clarity over comfort. When Yuta finally addresses the situation, the tone remains calm and respectful. There are no accusations, no defensiveness. Instead, the focus is on listening and acknowledging feelings without assigning blame. The conversation does not magically resolve every emotion, but it creates space for clarity and mutual respect. Kana and Miho are given agency in this moment. Their responses reflect their individuality, and the film avoids simplifying their emotions into neat conclusions. As the story moves toward its conclusion, there is no dramatic resolution designed to impress. Instead, there is a quiet sense of balance. The characters move forward with a deeper understanding of themselves and one another. The tension that once filled the room has softened, replaced by something more sustainable, mutual respect. In that way, the film offers more than a story. It offers a perspective, a reminder that even in ordinary environments, meaningful challenges can arise, and how we respond to them defines the kind of people we become. And perhaps that is why this quiet, understated narrative resonates so deeply, because it speaks to moments we have all encountered, even if we never found the words for them at the time.